Hi, this is Tyler Hardwick from Next Level Guitar. How you guys doing? Hope you're ready to learn some fingerstyle techniques. I'm here to show you basic right and some left hand fingerstyle. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the guitar and some of the basic things you need to know to get started. Today we're going to be playing in standard tuning, A440, everyone's familiar with, and I'm going to be playing on this steel string guitar. Now this is fingerstyle, so it comes traditionally from classical nylon string guitar, but you can play this on just about any guitar. So anything you've got around, you can use these techniques and you can get started right now on any kind of guitar. The important thing to know is that on a classical guitar, the width of the neck is going to be a little bit bigger, and so the string spacing will be further apart. And strings that are further apart are generally a little easier on your right hand when you're plucking fingerstyle. So something to keep in mind, if you happen to have a guitar with a wide neck, it'll be easier on your right hand. This is a Weber guitar. This is made in Canada, and it's a 00 size, which is a little more comfortable, smaller than a dreadnought. This one has spruce and rosewood and very great tone. Fingerstyle traditionally comes from a classical guitar, Western classical, flamenco tradition, and the first thing that you might notice is that I'm holding my guitar that way, which is I'm using a footstool under my left foot to raise this knee so that the guitar can be over here. So while we're talking about posture, I want to show you this little footrest that I'm using to get my leg up here. It's just very basic footstool that's adjustable here. You can find these at most music stores for between probably $10 and $20. You just lock it in at a height that's comfortable for you, and that just goes right under your left foot there. They also make other devices that hold your guitar up like this, and some of them are a little more interesting because they allow you to have both feet flat on the ground, which gives you even better posture for your back. You might, feel more comfortable just sitting straight. And what these products are, some of them are like a little rest that goes between your guitar and your leg here, like a pillow type thing, and that holds it up in the right spot. They also make an A-frame type thing, which is just like a little couple of wires that go right here and wedge your guitar up both ways. Will let your feet be flat on the floor. So investigate those if you're not interested in the footstool, but the footstool is the traditional way, as opposed to the more modern position where most people have it here. Now, you can play fingerstyle in both positions, but it's going to be a little bit easier and probably better for you overall if you can adopt this one. Now, it's not totally necessary, like I said, but I'm going to show you why it comes in handy. And first of all, I'm playing a steel string guitar, which is a little bit untraditional for this style, but it can be done. And usually it's nylon strings, so the strings are a little bit easier on your nails. Now, steel strings tend to be tough on the nails, and a lot of people don't have a way to grow nails and keep nails long. So the method I'm going to show you does involve nails, but you can be doing all this without them as well. So
applies to anyone.
It does apply to everyone. And so let's talk a little bit about the positions here now that we have the guitar here. As you can see here, my left hand is very free to move up and down the whole neck, and my wrist is straight, more or less straight, as opposed to when you lower the angle here, your wrist all of a sudden starts to bend like this, right? And you constrict the motion here, and it's a lot harder to move your fingers quickly and accurately. So when you have it up here, it's a lot easier for your left wrist, but it's also a lot easier for your right wrist. Again, if you have it down this way, you see my wrist twists like this. It's got this angle to it, it's bending, it's making it hard for the tendons to move through the wrist and make the movements. Now, you're using the muscles in this part of your arm when you're finger picking, not in your hand. So as you can see, with your wrist bent, it's going to make it a lot harder. If you do this, your wrist automatically is straightened. It's straight this way too, it's not side at all angled. So once you're in this position, as close to it as you can get, we want to plant the right hand on the strings, and basically, if you can see in the close-up view here, I've got my thumb on the lowest string and my other 3 fingers on the top 3 strings. That's strings 1, 2, and 3. So here, here, and here. And this is kind of the basic starting position, and we'll talk more about this, but that's what my right hand's doing. As you can see, this is the right position for it. When I talk about finger numbers or letters, I'm going to be referring to my right hand. Thumb is going to be P. This is classical traditional notation, nomenclature. This is I, index finger. My middle finger, M, okay? And my ring finger actually is called A. And, you know, I'll be calling them P-I-M-A, or sometimes, you know, thumb, middle, ring, index. So as you can see also, I have nails, right? And they're not extremely long, but they are just long enough that I can catch the string in between the tip of my finger and the nail. And that's a really important part of playing too, and we'll get to that. So also in the left hand, if I'm talking about my left hand, I'm going to be using finger numbers, not thumb of course, finger number 1, index, 2, 3, and 4. So you've probably seen that in some other guitar videos. So also, with all of these exercises that we're going to be doing, I'd like you, if you can, to please use a metronome. And it's very important. A lot of people are scared of the metronome because it's hard to use at first. But as time goes with practice, it gets easier and easier. And you'll find that it really improves your playing in ways that you would not see if you weren't using it. If you've never heard of a metronome before, it's basically just a little thing that will keep time for you. And they make a few different styles. This one here is battery powered, and it'll just click for you. Just turn it on. You can adjust the time with the dial. Okay, and you may have seen the other more old school traditional clicker kind where it's just no batteries included nor necessary. If you have new or old, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you use it. And you don't have to use it every time you practice, but it's very good when you do. So when I show you some exercises, I'm gonna be playing them with the metronome, and hopefully at home you can turn yours on to whatever speed you're comfortable at and play along the same way.